This is the plaintiff, Ozra Hicks. She says she purchased a car from the defendant, and a month later, when she came out of work, the license plates were missing off the car. She called the cops. They called the defendant, and he told them he took the plates because she lied to them about having a job. She showed the defendant her pay stubs. He had no right doing what he did, and she's suing for the return of the $2,723 she's now owed. This is the defendant, Ryan Bogos. He says he called the plaintiff on multiple occasions, and she promised to show him her pay stubs, but never did. He told her if she didn't prove employment, her deposit would be forfeited, and she would lose the car, which is exactly what happened. This is an open and shut case. The plaintiff is a liar, and he owes her nothing but a curt good riddance. He's accused of a license plate theft.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff bought a car from the defendant and says that he took the plates off the car a month later out of revenge. But the defendant says she lied about her pay stubs and forfeited the money. It's the case of you lied about your stubs, bub.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, Miss Hicks, you bought yourself a car over at East Coast Auto, correct?
Yes.
All right, and how much did you pay for the car?
I put $2,000 down.
You put $2,000 down, and do you have the paperwork from the sale?
Yes.
May I see it? What were you buying?
A 2010 Chevy Equinox.
So did you apply for financing for the rest?
Yes.
Okay, now before the financing got approved, you let her leave with the car?
No, we have a setup. It's called Dealer Center, and we go by her credit application she fills out. We input everything into the system, and that was that she worked for the security company, which we never got proof of. She said she was going to bring back the following day, Your Honor.
What was she going to bring back?
The pay stub.
So the answer is yes. You let the car roll without having the financing in place
because
yet.
you have
Why don't you just say yes to my question?
Yes,
because
ma'am.
what? Because you got a little signature on a piece of paper? Okay, so this is how you guys roll, which is unusual, I think.
Usually if it's during the week, I'll call and verify it with their employer, which Monday came, and I called her employer, and nobody was answering the phone, and finally I got a hold of her. And I said to her, she says, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
And do what?
She can bring me the pay stub, which she's never did. And I told her.
How did you prove your employment? What was going on with that?
Your Honor, I have pictures of email that I sent to them while I was at the dealership purchasing the vehicle that I did send over pay stubs right here.
Let me see. Okay, I can't see that it's even an email to them. Yeah. I don't know what you're showing
R.
me.
Gelman, that's the person that signed the contract with me.
Okay, who's R. Gelman?
R. Gelman's a salesman.
At your place?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She's sending him an earnings statement, U.S. Security Associates. Is that where you work?
Yes. We are
What
now
is it?
A security company.
Okay, and is that the information she had told you?
U.S. Security. And
Yeah.
She works 40 hours.
Do you work 40 hours a week? Which is what you said?
My hours vary.
That's not an answer. Yes or no, do you work 40
Yes.
hours a week? When you say they vary from 40 to what?
It all depends on the sites they send me to.
You either have a full-time job or you don't. It's one or
Yes,
the
I do.
Okay, so what is the least you've worked?
The least I worked is 33 hours.
All right, according to you, she filled out something that said that she worked full-time there. Let me see. 14 an hour, 40 hours a week. All right, so you call her and you tell her what? I'm going to take the tag off if I can't get proof.
I got to get proof.
Why don't you just do the regular old employment verification? You don't do that?
I did. I called them. Guess what? When I called them, number one, they don't answer their phone. Finally, when I got them on the phone, they told me she wasn't a full-time employee.
All right, so did you ask Richard, didn't you get my pay stub?
Yes, Richard.
And so did he have a problem? Hold on, listen to me. So did Richard say, the pay stub you gave me isn't good enough because it doesn't show 40 hours?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, and then he said, I need a letter from them that says you work full-time there?
Yes.
And did you get the letter?
No.
Why not? Because you don't work full-time there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
My
Well,
office.
you already told me that you don't.
My office is actually moving.
That has nothing to do with what I'm asking.
I have a message from my manager. I asked her for a letter. She says she don't know if she can write the letter.
Okay.
Because
Well,
the company
that's a
was
you
changing.
problem. That's not an anybody else problem. All right. So what happens one fine day? You go to work and you see that the license plate has been removed from your car.
Yes. I went into work, I went to clock in, I was running late, and I went back out to grab my uniform jacket out the car.
Right.
And I noticed I didn't have a tag on my car.
So what happened? How'd you figure out, did you guys take the tag?
Yep.
So you see the license is missing, you call them, right? Or you talk to Richard or you talk to him? You
I
don't
called
know.
the police.
And then the police tell you what?
That I have to take it to the courthouse. They say it's a civil matter.
Okay, and then what happens? He
Yeah.
tells you, I'm going to pick up the car. You're not giving us proof that you work 40 hours a week.
I do work 40 hours a week.
Well, then why didn't you just say to him, don't pick up the car? I see that you did text him and say, y'all can have y'all salvage vehicle. I already made a police report and went to the courthouse.
Yes.
I will see y'all in court for my money back. Why did
Yes.
you do that instead of just showing him that you worked 40
because I
hours?
had no tags on the vehicle.
Well, I know. As soon as you see it's a chicken and an egg thing, as soon as you show him proof, a letter that states that you work 40 hours a week, then you would have the tag back. All right. So now let's discuss what ends up happening. You have a $2,000 deposit on the car. You didn't pay the $500 for car insurance from them, right?
Yes, they actually told me it was $500, but I got a letter in the mail stating that my car insurance wasn't even that much. My car insurance only was $346.
Is it a third party that insures her
Third-party
when
vendor,
you do that?
Your Honor.
It's not us that charged her. She went and set up the insurance on her own, and then
Did you
she
guys
used
listen
our
to my
card
question
to
and
pay
be
for
very
it.
careful before you answer.
Okay.
Did you guys collect money from her for insurance? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I
How
don't
much
have- I
money?
don't have the receipt
Show me
for
the
it.
proof of how much money you collected.
I don't have that, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you say you paid $500. Can you show me proof that you paid $500?
I did not receive a receipt, Your Honor.
Did you pay in cash?
Yes. My best friend went with me to...
No,
Okay.
guys, no. That's not how we do
Okay,
things.
I'm sorry.
It's not how we do things. Now let's get back to the car. When the car gets repossessed, there's this $2,000 deposit on the car. There's the insurance issue. There's $223 in car rental fees that you want them to pay. Now, did you ask them for any money back, or did they say, we're not giving you your money back? How did that
Yes,
go?
I asked for my money back. He
And-
never responded.
Is this before or after he picked up the car?
This was before he picked up the car.
Your Honor, she's not telling the truth. After numerous times, she knew I was coming to get the car. She didn't bring it. I told her I was going to get the car.
Okay. You have said I had repeatedly been trying to reach out to her. I had asked her to surrender the car. All that stuff. Is there any written proof of that?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And then what happens? You then go out and pick up the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you pick it up...
She was there. She told me to come get the car, which you see in that text message.
That's the only thing I see.
And I sent the tow truck to get the vehicle. She came out. She got her stuff out of the vehicle. And then she went. We said, "Can we have the key?" No. If she would have gave us her documents and she had a 40-hour work week, Your Honor, we wouldn't be here right now.
Wait, so you said, can we have the key, and what happened?
She said no.
Why didn't you say key first and then she gets her stuff out?
You know, and I didn't think that she
That
was
would be a
gonna-
better
It would have
course
been.
of
You're
action.
correct.
Right, but I wouldn't give the car without the financing either. All right, so let me ask you, did you refuse to give them the key?
Yes,
How come?
because I asked for my money and he told me no.
Okay, so, and what is your defense to returning none of the money? Like, how do you figure that you keep the entire deposit?
Number one, all deposits are non-refundable. Here, it says it right here. It's stated on the wall. Number two, if you
On
don't...
the wall? Show me where it's stated in the paperwork that she signed. Okay, so let's see that.
Here you go,
And
buddy.
then we talked about the state of New Jersey. What were you saying about the state of New Jersey?
State of New Jersey made me put that up on the wall to show people that when they come in, I have to have it at 5 different places in my office so people can't say that they know that their
Well-
deposits are non-refundable.
Right, but so that you're not accused of having put this piece of paper up on the wall for my benefit, it's also really good to have it in the contract. You
Yes,
say, I'm
ma'am.
going to see it. Okay, so this is the clause that talks about conditional delivery, which is her receiving the car before everything is finalized. There's not a word of this about the deposit, you keeping the deposit, not one word. Do you want me to read it out loud, or you know what it says? Let's skip the charade. What it says is that she is going to have to return it, and if there's reasonable attorney's fees in getting it back to you, that she would have to pay those, et cetera, et cetera. None of that. None of this says, oh, and by the way, any deposit you gave us is forfeited. I mean, look, I think that you're entitled to your time and your
My
effort.
time,
And
the key, the
yeah,
tow.
absolutely. Everything that you've had to do,
Everything's
and
a
her
chip
keeping
key.
the key, I get it, okay? But do you have the key with you here today?
Yes.
Okay, hand it to my bailiff, please. I agree that that's not fair, because she
She's done
lies
this to
on the
other dealers.
application.
She's done this to other dealers.
What's that?
This is not the first time.
What is the
That is a
document?
voluntary surrender where she did a similar thing.
So did you have another car repossessed?
Your Honor, yes,
Yes or no?
I did.
Okay.
So if somebody puts a deposit down for something and it doesn't say refundable or non-refundable, which is it?
You should assume it's always non-refundable.
But is that assumption something that a judge, say, would enforce?
I would say if it's not clearly stated or
Right.
written, that you should make it a very direct inquiry lest there be any confusion afterwards. That would clear up the whole matter before.
No, but they disagree. One side says it is and one side says it isn't. Which is it?
I guess you would say that it's non-refundable.
Because?
Just because it's a deposit, so once you put a deposit down,
You lose it.
yeah, you're saying you're going to buy this.
Fair point. Okay, we're going inside the courtroom.
Okay, when you say done this to other dealers, I think you guys are in the business of selling cars. You're not dealing with the clientele that can buy a really expensive car with cash. That's not what you deal with. So don't be shocked if, you find that the reason they come to you and are willing to pay you what you're asking is because you will work with them. But what I'm concerned about is what the fair thing to do here is. They have gone through some trouble. Now, if he thinks that this little piece of paper is going to trump the document, the contract, he's wrong. But you've wasted everybody's time, and that's worth something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I show you reviews of him doing this to other people?
Here we go. Yeah. No, because just like I don't care what he showed you, I'm going to assume you're right too, and there's people complaining about him too. Exactly. Y'all deserve each other. All right. So now what we have to figure out, I need you to explain to me. I know that it's hard to quantify the man hours or whatever, but I know a salesman wasted time with her. I know you processed the paperwork. What else? Is there anything I'm missing? No attorneys were involved, right?
No attorneys were involved.
Okay.
Repossession
The car
company
was never switched into her name, so you didn't have to re-register it or anything.
State of New Jersey, you have to pay sales tax on the vehicle. The minute the vehicle is contracted, dealer,
Then prove to me that you paid that
I would
and
have-
that you're not getting
If you
it
want,
back.
I'll give you my account. My account.
No, I'm not going to know. I don't want to do the research for you. I want you, when you come to court, to fear me enough to be prepared and have done the research. So I need you to prove up your damages.
No, you're right.
So you go, you pick up the car. You're not out any money. What you are out is your efforts, correct?
No, I am out money. Repossession fee.
What's your repossession fee? You went yourself.
What are you crazy? It was action.
Did you just ask me, what are you crazy? Oh, that's
he
gonna.
got the crutch.
Well, that's gonna cost him a few $100. Go ahead, keep going.
I don't go do repossessions, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I sent a repossession company to go get it. When I say
Show me proof.
I can call her. You want me to call her on the phone?
Nope. I want proof that you paid something.
I didn't bring it.
Okay. All right. Look, this is not your first rodeo.
Not at all.
Okay. So you know probably how this was going to go is that I was going to entitle you to keep all of your damages. You have brought me nothing. You know what you're supposed to bring me because it's all listed in the conditional agreement. It says what you're supposed to bring. If you have attorney's fees, repossession fees, whatever else, you've brought me zip. Okay? Zip. So the only thing I know you went through is the effort and trouble that we've talked about with your guys. So what I'm going to do, on your car insurance, you can't prove that they overcharged you for it. On your future car rental fees when they repossess the car, you got to be kidding me. No. All right? So the thing at play is the $2,000. I'm going to allow you to keep $500 of the $2,000 and then order you to pay $1,500 to the plaintiff. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff is going to get some of that deposit back, the majority of it, $1,500 worth. Mr. Bogos,
How you doing,
you're
sir?
getting $500 back. Okay, that's for your time and effort. You okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little lost. I can't
I'm not
believe
the judge, okay.
Yeah, I can't believe that they would give her $1.
Well, look, if you had the evidence, if you had receipts,
It's my fault.
you know you didn't bring evidence. As I said, the judge said you get
it's a shame because you know what? We try to help so many people at this dealership.
Yeah.
People like this ruin the chances of people with bad credit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the way it goes in court. Sorry, you'll learn next time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Bring some evidence. All right, Ms. Hicks, same thing for you. You got to bring evidence. Let me ask you, what do you think about all this? Tell me what's going on.
I honestly feel as though it was not as accurate as I thought it would be because I have more proof in here and
You couldn't prove you did 40 hours.
actually one of the pay stubs she has.
No, she looked at it. You gave her. She gave
that pay stub she has is 40 hours.
But
Then how-
that's your problem. But you're going to get $1,500 back, okay? You do
no,
get some money back.
2,000 back.
No, you didn't get that. Sorry
Why
about
didn't
it.
I?
Because he had time and effort, and he's getting money for that. All right? Chasing you down. There you go. Sorry, that's the way it goes in court. All right, thank you very much. All right, Harvey, what do you think?
Well, here's the deal, Doug. generally, first of all, you should always say whether it's refundable or not. But if you don't say, there's a saying in the law abhors forfeitures. So there's a presumption, if it's silent, that the deposit is refundable.